Spelling group number 1. William, Nathan, Josias, David. These are your new spelling words. Today's Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. So on your paper, you can write your name, and the date is 10/7/20. You can also write these words right after the ones that I gave you on Monday, so you can use the same paper if you like. That makes it less, we use less paper that way. You can write all your words on one side and practice them on the other side. All right, so I'm going to give you 5 more words today, actually 6. I'll show you why in a minute. The first word is there's 2 ways to pronounce the word or sound the word. The word is red, red, not the color red. It's red as in I read that book yesterday. E-A, multi-letter phonogram, red. 1 syllable. Okay, now this is what I want you to do. I want you to write the word red and then leave a space and write it again. Write it 2 times. Red. And I'm going to show you why. Underline your EAA multi-letter phonogram on both of them. Now, whenever we say a word that tells us that something happened in the past, it's called a past tense. That means I jumped. That means that I already did it. It doesn't mean I'm doing it now it's either I jumped, I jump, or I will be jumping. It's the past, the present, or the future. Read, when I say read, as in reading, read is past tense. That means it already happened. I already did it. I'm not doing it right now. I'm not going to be doing it. I already did it. It's called past because it's in the past tense. And we have a multi-letter phonogram that has 3 sounds. E, A. Which one are we using? We're using E, We're using the the second sound, red. Okay, the second sound. Now, read, I want you to read. Then we're using the E, the first sound. We don't put a 1, we just underline it. So it's the same spelling, but depending on how it's used in a sentence, you will know which one of these 2 it is. Okay? So on the spelling test, I will say, please sit down and read. You're going to write it like this. And if I say, I read a book yesterday, I want you to write it with a 2 on the top. All right, I'm going to give you both. Your next spelling word is daddy. You have a nice daddy. Dad, dad, d. Remember, English words should not end in I. So we replace it with a Y. That's 2 syllables. Now, when I give you the spelling word on your spelling test, you have to say the syllables to yourself. That's how you'll remember to write 2 Ds. Because if you say dad, and duh, that's what you're going to write. Then you're going to say D. Oh, there's another D. That's how you remember to write all the letters that you hear. Daddy, we don't English words do not end in I. They don't end in I. So we need to use a this is the same as an I, and this is an I, and it says I. So we use the Y. They're all the same. They're all the same letter, but they have 3 sounds: a consonant sound and 2 vowel sounds. Your next word is girl. Girl. It's 1 syllable, and we're going to use the as in first. As in first. Okay. one syllable. Ga. Remember, ga usually says ja before a E, I, or Y, and there's an I here, but it doesn't say ga. It's a ga, girl. Why is that? Because it's usually, not always, but usually most of the time, but there are a few exceptions, and this is one of them. So it doesn't say ja. And we underline our as in first. Your next word is word. Word. He missed one word on the spelling test. Word. You're going to use a or as in Lord. And I'm going to tell you in a minute after we write it why it sounds like a and not or. That's supposed to be an R. Okay. Word. We have a or as in Lord. Okay. But when we say the word, listen, word, it sounds like word, When the or is in Lord comes after a W, it will say You could also say that this is as in worship. So you could, technically, you could say it's two different phonograms in one. Either go or as in Lord with a pronunciation after the W, or you can say, underline the whole thing and say as in worship. Your last word is never. Never, say never. 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 You're going to use as in her. Two syllables. Nev, nothing to mark here. As in her. These are simple words for you this week. So you have Monday, I gave you 10 words. I gave you with, our, same, fine, and name. And then 5 more words today. You need to be writing these 6 times each, or you're not going to do well on your test. You need to be able to read them and spell them. As you're writing them, when you write a word, I want you to go like this. Ga, o. Ga, o. Da, a, da, di. I want you to say them while you're writing them, okay? You'll be able to read them, spell them, and do really well on your test. Also, I'm going to give you 5 multi-letter phonograms on Friday's test. Watch your phonograms video. You should know all of them, but I'm only doing 5 during the month, and then at the end of the month, I will test you on all the ones that I've been giving. Actually, I should show you some right now. Let me give you some. You should know that this is got 3 sounds. Ch, k, sh. This is ch, k, sh. This is a 2-letter A that you may use at the end of an English word. Okay? This is a 2-letter A that you may not use at the end of an English word. Why? English words do not end in I. This one has 3 sounds. E, A. E, A. R as in car. Or as in Lord. It's right here. Or as in Lord. As in her. This one here. O. O. Whoops. Sorry about that. K. 2-letter K. All right. And this one, the single letter phonogram says W as in went, but this says W as in white. All right. So make sure you watch your multi-letter phonograms video And I'm going to test you on, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, this is 10 multi-letter phonograms. I'm going to test you on these 10 on Friday. All right? Practice your spelling words. We'll see you on Friday for your spelling test. Bye-bye.